Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of ETC Talks. I am truly pleased to be with you, all my colleagues, and seeing new attendees for today's event. Before we begin, kindly note that we are recording this session and questions may be raised after the discussion. Our topic is about artificial intelligences and the future of workforce. I'm sure most of you agree that automation and AI in the workforce may eliminate some positions, but it can also create jobs and help job seekers avoid unemployment. Our guest speaker is currently the Director of Innovation and Capacity Building in the Research Council. She holds a PhD in computer sciences and artificial intelligence in medical informatics from University of Sussex, Brighton, United Kingdom. She has more than 20 years experience in teaching and development of courses for many educational institutions in Oman and has written 3 books and as many publications. In addition, she participated in developing Oman National Innovation Strategy and supervised academic innovation program in higher education institutes. She also a member of international conference in e-learning in Canada, Turkey, and USA. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please join me to welcome Dr. Zahra Rashid Al-Rawahi. Dr. Zahra, the floor is yours.
And this lecture, I will try to focus on this. So the main outline of this talk, I will talk a little bit about the technology and the impact of the technology on the future. I will speak a little bit about some facts and some statistics about the current situation and the future foresight related to AI. And everything is AI. It's very important, but without innovation or technological innovation, we do very limited things with AI. So the importance of innovation for digital transformation and the impact of automation on workforce, the future skills needed, the major benefit of embracing artificial intelligences, and as well some example of future jobs that really rely on AI and those technologies. The automation, when you say automation, you mean it artificial intelligences, robotics, or robotics that enhanced with AI algorithm. These are going to change our life, our work, our way, how we communicate with each other. And we can see even now how we communicate with others. We try to communicate with Siri, the different type of search engine. They use various type of algorithm to help us get what we need from information from the net. So it is really reshaping as well the government, the education, the healthcare, and the commerce. Almost all the aspects of our life will be changed due to automation and the utilization of artificial intelligences. So in the future, we are expecting that major changes that would create a great value from utilizing these type of technologies. If we try to foresight the future in the upcoming few years, by the year 2025, different researchers are expecting that 10% of clothes that we wear will be connected with IoT sensors that linked with AI algorithm. They are expecting robots to be a very active member of board of different institutes, and they can, they can take some decisions after consulting those robots or those algorithms. It is expected that successful liver transplant will be made by 3D printer as a fourth industrial revolution is expected in the near future. As well, you can see now there is a lot of emerging digital platforms such as Uber and the other Upwork, freelancers. All those provide human capability who would be able to work in different organizations and would be hired in a temporary basis. So these are a number of challenges that require different companies, different organization, higher organization, institute to skill their, caliber, their students, their, faculty members, to reskill them and upskill them according to the need of the future skills. As you are aware about the fourth industrial revolution and the major changes that embraced by the fourth industrial revolution, which is mainly the fourth industrial revolution is described a way of blurring the boundaries between physical, digital, and biological worlds. So the world become very connected. Our body connected by IoT system that send messages to different type of different algorithms. It send data to various algorithms where the data analytic programmer then will try to utilize those information and to respond to it as per our need. So AI is mainly a collective force behind many products and services that we are currently utilizing, such as the GPS system that suggests to us the best route for our destination. It uses AI algorithm. Voice activated virtual assistants such as the Apple series or the other type of those virtual assistants, they are based on AI algorithm. Personalized Netflix, when you see whatever movie, try to search, so we can get recommendations, and those recommendations are based on AI algorithm that built in that they try to understand what we really search for and what type of thing that we really like, and the system recommended it for us. Facebook, and we will talk later on about it, and the new trend within the Facebook. Professor Klaus Schwab, he's the founder and of the World Economic Forum, and he brought the notion of fourth industrial revolution. And there is a quote about him that states, the changes unleashed by the fourth industrial revolution are so profound that from the perspective of human history, there has never been a time of greater promise or potential fear. So we're looking in very positively toward these technologies. These technology bring potential fear, brings a lot of advantages if you seek those advantages and try to capitalize on them. And when we see the fourth industrial revolutions, there are different technologies over there: 3D printers, genome sequencing, cloud computing, Internet of Things, robotics, blockchain, the utilization of autonomous vehicle, energy saving systems, AI. And when we map it, developers and researchers, they try to see the impact of those fourth industrial revolutions and which one has a greatest impact. When they do the mapping to understand which one has the greatest impact, then we realize that the AI, the artificial intelligence, is the core, and it affects and it interacts with almost all those other systems related to fourth industrial revolutions, and it will have a really great impact in compared to like 3D printers and IoT and other type of systems. So you can see here the one in the middle is AI, a big circle. So it shows that the highest impact will come from artificial intelligences. So what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is the branch of computer science. It started from 1968 actually, and the research from that days until today it's booming in this area. And it is concerned about making the computer behave like human. What do we mean the computer behave like human? It refers mainly to the ability of a machine, a computer system, or a robotic system to perform cognitive tasks. Now, those cognitive tasks like thinking, receiving, decision making, problem solving, learning, etc. So a system, whatever system that use certain algorithm and able to mimic the intellectual behavior of a human being is an AI system. A system that can make a decision, can perceive, can learn, can think. And these systems normally utilize data So AI, it uses mainly data and it builds on data. And it cannot work much without the data. So data is, a core thing that's needed for an AI system. Um, the artificial intelligence technologies, it mainly, as we said, it transforms all aspects of our lives, how we live, how we work, how we communicate with each other, how we play. So all the aspect of our life is transforming with the AI system. AI had the power to transform as well the way the government around the world do and provide public services. And it brings some challenges, such as ethical challenges, the rights of individual. It brings that we need to be aware of the major benefit and to expand on the benefit and to be aware about the challenges and to act upon them as well. Some example of AI usage: the banks are using AI system to detect fraud, to predict changes in the stock market. Insurance companies are using AI to help them produce policy codes, assess claims. It helps police as well, utilizing CCTV that connected with data analytics to predict and whatever behavior is happening. In the courtrooms, it offers advice to judge this with certain data. In medical area, and this is my specialty, my PhD was about clinical decision support system that help junior doctor to spot diseases. And there is algorithm that use machine learning to help self-driving car. And the self-driving car, they are using one element of artificial intelligence, which is called deep learning, which is a subset of AI. To learn how the system, the autonomous vehicle can learn how to drive. AI as well is being used by air traffic controller to help keep us safe both in the road as well while flying the aircrafts. So these are some of the examples of the utilization of AI. If we come about the major facts these days, or the expectation about AI, the global AI market is expected to reach $267 billion by 2027. And AI is expected to contribute $15.7 trillion to the global economy by the year 2030. Currently, 37% of businesses and organizations are currently using and applying AI within their business. 9 out of 10 leading businesses have invested in AI technologies. So 9 out of 10, so massive investment over there. And this has led us to conclude that the rise of AI will really eliminate 85 million jobs. This is according to various research. So 85 million jobs will be eliminated, but as well new job by 2025, 97 million new ones will be created. And we need, later on we'll talk about those new jobs that will be created based on AI needs. More than 3 billion voice assistants are now in use, and 8 billion is expected by 2 years, by 2023. The AI industry will be earning around $126 billion by year 2025. 25 countries are now working heavily in designing autonomous vehicles, and the self-driving car industry could be worth more than $600 billion over the next 5 years. So these facts about AI led us to think deeply. This is a major movement in this area, and we need really to take care and to embrace it in a proper way. And according to Harvard Business Review, we can see here the research paper that are published related to AI. You can see China really published huge amount of paper during the last few years, and then United States. After that, this one is in India, and then UK, German. So these people, countries are leading even in doing research in the area of AI. So you are, as a higher education institute, I really encourage all your faculty members to try to think about doing projects related to AI. And the government as well, they spent huge amount of money actually. The UK government support to 1,000 PhD during the last few years on AI. The United States, they spent 10 billion on venture capital related to area of AI. French government is planning to invest 1.8 billion dollars by year 2022 in this area of research. China recorded registered large number of patents. 190% is more patents registered related to AI in the last 5 years came from China. And moreover, Canada is building now their research facility related to AI, and they're investing around $127 million. As we mentioned earlier, the major benefits of AI, it increase actually efficiency and it enhance government across performance across different organizations. It helped to develop smarter and safer mode of transportation, so that it addressed the congestion problems. It helps the system related to AI to increase access and affordability of quality healthcare, and as well it make major reduction in medical errors, and a lot of papers are talking about AI and reduced medical error. It helps improve access and quality of education. It provide actually intelligent type of education that adapt according to the learner's needs. And it helps build efficient infrastructure that by increasing urban populations. It helps as well to improve easy of doing business, and in general, it helps making our lives more simpler and with much higher quality. If we look on the job landscape by year 2022, we are coming to the next year in the year 2022 after two months. It's this the World Economic Forum in the year 2018. They were expecting 133 million emerging jobs by the year 2022, and the decline of 75 million jobs. So we can see here on the top, the one that emerging, it's data analytic and data scientists. The second one, AI and machine learning specialists. The third one is general and operation managers, software and application development analytics, big data specialists. You can see most of them are related to technology, to the integration of fourth industrial revolution, and especially AI and data analytics. And you can see the decline, data entry, accounting, bookkeeping, administrative type of work, business services and administrative managers, postal services, these are going to be declined. Now we'll discuss a little bit about the major trend, the current major trend within the related to AI. The first major trend is AI and security and cyber security. Currently, I mean, all of us are connected, and in a daily basis, the connectivity are increasing heavily. So the more we are connected, the more threat over there. And AI will help us, the cybersecurity area, by analyzing various network traffic and learning and recognize that the attacker pattern. So it develops smart algorithm, and this smart algorithm will help keep us much safer and will help cybersecurity guys to be more focused on the patterns that really create major problems, security problems to us. So since we are more and more connected, connected at schools, connected at home, connected at our leisure time, So we need a secure type of system, and this secure, then network security themselves, they cannot do much. They need, a system like an AI system that help them and suggested to them what are the patterns that really provide certain irritations, certain security problems, and to try their best to, to create a proper, solution for it. The other major trend you heard much, I think, these days about metaverse and utilization AI, the 3D environment that let individuals totally immersed in 3D while communicating with friends or doing whatever duties, if they are working or playing, or even for shopping purposes. As the inventor of Facebook, they are trying to integrate metaverse to be as a part of the Facebook platform. So to create a virtual type of virtual reality that really an individual will be totally immersed on this virtual world. And this, when he is immersed with this environment, he can work with an agent like an AI colleague that try to mimic an individual. So we will also more likely become used to sharing the metaverse environment with an AI. An AI will help us with certain tasks to do, and will be like our partner within this environment. As well, will recommend to us a better way of doing things within this virtual type of environment that really adapt according to our needs and our styles, etc. The other third major trend in artificial intelligence is low code and no code AI. The major problem it was during the last 20 years in the area of AI is the amount of programming skills that needed to develop AI and deep learning. You can use the machine learning, synchronized or unsynchronized, or back propagation. There are different type of tools that programmer need to really learn a lot in order to be able to develop AI systems. But now a number of companies, big companies, are coming with the tools like, so you not need much programming skills in order to develop systems related to AI. And this is expected like a World Wide Web. Previously, we were coding it with JavaScript, with HTML, XML, but now it is a drag and drop tools. They are expecting AI. It will be a very similar to those, and it will be a major development with AI. So, and these programmers will easily be able to use low code, no code AI systems and develop the systems that really help the nation and help the society. The other major trends, you heard much about the Tesla and the self-driving car. So the autonomous vehicle. The AI is the brain actually behind the autonomous vehicle. And the part of AI related to autonomous vehicle is called deep learning. And this is the autonomous vehicle be used for boat, for aircrafts, and it is expected to revolutionize the society and the way that we travel and do our work. And it is expected very soon to have driverless car available around us. The development of the CPU GPT-4 is expected that it will do a major changes in the area of artificial intelligences that are making AI more creative. So currently we know that AI can create art, can do music, can paint, can do poetry, and can video game with a colleague. But with they're expecting by the end of 2022 new model of utilizing the processor GPT-4 and the Google Brains will redefine actually the boundary of AI to be more creative, to be more natural, to have, to be able to interact with the human in a much easier way. Okay, I hope that's clear. Is it everything clear? Is it clear?
Yes, Doctora.
Okay, inshallah.
It's clear, yeah.
Okay, inshallah.
Carry
Now
on.
I will talk about the major benefit of AI, the well-known benefit of AI, and then I will move on to talk about the workforce of the future. The major benefits of AI automation, as you just saw it in the autonomous vehicle, and this one has really a very significant impact on the way that we communicate, transportation, consumer product. We can get the product via drones and this type of things. So this all related to automation. It will help us automation to have higher production rate, and it will really increase our productivity. It will allow us to have more efficient use of raw materials, and it will improve the quality of the product, the quality of the services that we are getting, and it really reduce the lead time, the time that we wasted due to traffic congestions or due to certain things that we're not receiving it. With automation, we can receive our things in a much quicker and will be in more safer environment. So automation can really help us free resources that can be used for more important things. Instead of taking things from one place to another, you can let a drone do that, and you can save your time to do a much better and more important type of work. The second one is smart decision making. These are called as well expert system. You can call it expert system in education, expert system in medicine, expert system in logistics. So, and these are, the other name of it is smart decision support system. An example is clinical decision support system that's used in the hospitals. And the AI has always been used to make the system more smarter by integrating advanced AI algorithm. So it can coordinate data delivery between different systems, analyze various trends, develop data consistency, as well provide us with forecasts and foresight, and quantify any uncertainty to make the best decision for a company or for a government entity. So really, as long as AI is not programmed to imitate human emotion, we will get a system that unbiased, that provide us with a very clear decision based on data. So the decision that has been that normally a government or certain companies are taking it, it will be based on real data, not in emotion. The third one benefit is enhanced customer experience. You can see when using various apps, you maybe come across this one. So AI-powered solution really help business to respond to customer queries, to customer needs instantly. The use of chatbot, we can see now people are using Saeed from Amantel, others are using Filan from Tuda. There are various types of chatbot. Try to, to think if a chatbot that can answer whatever, if you chat with him and try to help you to diagnose a problem that you have, not a health problem that you have, or to guide you with the best path for your progress. So chatbot can utilize the expertise from various international expertise from in different areas, and we can customize it according to our need and provide our client with a tool that really get benefit from it and make their life much easier. So the AI really can help to reduce the strain of customer services instead of having the call and someone who answering. He cannot work for 24 hours, but a chatbot can do it. So it will really increase the productivity. AI help a lot in the medical areas, in clinical diagnosis, in monitoring the progress of contagious diseases, as well in predicting the future effect and outcome. as well in the pandemic, in the COVID-19, I mean, they try, big companies utilize the advances in AI to help them predict the best vaccination that could be and how to do it, etc. So, the time they managed to do it in a much quicker way instead of staying 10 years in the lab to produce a vaccine. It took a very short period of time, and the vaccine was produced. AI as well, it helped in predictive modeling. They use numerical regression, classification, clustering, forecasting, and this helped to create predictive model and algorithm to process data and understand the potential outcome of different trends and scenarios. And it is expected by with the advanced computing such as supercomputing, AI will speed up the process of the analysis, and the research in this area will be booming in the near future. This is the neural network. Here, the one in the right-hand side, you can see the deep learning, where we have several input layers. And this type of model is utilized for autonomous vehicle, or to let the machine itself, the algorithm, learn in a similar way the human brain is learned by utilizing the neuron networks. So in this way, the AI really helps solve complex problem using advanced and deep learning model, such that it helps to fraud detection. It helps to personalize customer interaction. It helps as well to forecast the weather or to diagnose certain diseases. And for the businesses, it helps as well across different industries to find the right solution to address the challenges that facing, especially now there's dramatic change in different sectors. So AI, by utilizing various data that it has, it make it much easier for organization to make proper decisions or solve their complex problems. And this one, the AI system has a much higher efficiency in solving complex program, and this make the productivity much higher, and it reduces the expenses dramatically. AI as well, during the few years, it helps business continuity. So mainly it helps make a forecasting using AI technology to help company make decision, but also to prepare them for any emergency. If there is any emergency happen, the AI system will predict that scenario, and it will alert the business owners about it, so they can take a proper path. So the artificial intelligences and machine learning and deep learning can help you create scenario to help business make their own plan to speed up the disaster and to recover from and to make a recovery strategy. The other benefit of artificial intelligence's system is managing repetitive tasks. And there is something called robotic process automation. Robotic process automation is it's an AI tool that automates interaction between different business systems and make them much easy for the company. It used even to generate certain type of software, or to integrate different model of software together. Instead of letting a programmer doing that, the RPA, the system itself, it will learn how to do it, and it can perform those tasks instead of individuals, because normally these are time consuming. And so it imitates the action of human within the digital system, and it's really very helpful for human resources system, IT, troubleshooting, marketing, state department that utilizing this type of technology to execute any business processes in a much quicker way. without needing for a manual type of operation. The other thing is minimizing errors. I mean, there's a few research talking about how AI and systems help to minimize errors. So it has a great benefit of automating regular type of businesses using AI tool that it helps to reduce the chances of manual errors. An individual certain time he is tired, he is not focused, and he can make an error. But a system normally it use data, it use whatever algorithm that's built, and if it is built properly, it can reduce all those errors. Normally, individuals by mistake make those errors. The 10th one, increased business efficiency, as we mentioned several times. AI can help to ensure 24 hours service availability. It helps to deliver the same performance and consistency throughout the day. An individual, by the end of the day, you are not focused, you are tired, but the system, it can do the work with the same efficiency. Taking care with a repetitive task, my individual tired with a repetitive task, a system can do it without getting tired or bored either. So this can help really to improve the efficiency of the business, and as well it really make a lot of reduction on the stress on the employee, who can be reassigned to do other type of complex type of work that maybe require imagination and the system cannot imagine. Okay. Now we move on to the other section, which is about the future work and the skills that needed for the future. For sure, automation, as you saw the benefit of AI and how it can be utilized. I think now you agree automation will have a significant impact on employment status, and it will change our work environments. As we mentioned, cars that drive themselves, they will change the way, so maybe we will not need as much taxi drivers anymore. Machine that read X-ray. I mean, a project was implemented for breast cancer to read the X-ray of breast cancer tumor in women in Oman by Minister of Health, and it was successful by 98%. So it's a huge success. Algorithm that respond to customer service inquiries such as chatbots, and we can use the utilization of chatbot now. So it really the automation will make major changes on our life, our way of doing work, and it will make these things in more, I mean, it will use these things with higher quality and less effort from an individual, so human beings will enjoy their life. So the job of the future mainly will require investment in building human capability. And I think since you are a higher education institute, your mandate is building human capability that are qualified to be highly technical skill, capable of creativity, innovation, to adapt to any changes that's happening in the near future in business. You are a higher education institute. I mean, we are expecting from you, especially University of Technical and Applied Sciences, to produce, I mean, a youth or a graduate who are really fit to the market, the need of a market. Innovative individuals who can, who have the skills, the technical skills that, I mean, that help them to do the duty of the future in an easy way. The youth, as we mentioned, are the cornerstone of any development, and it is very important to empower them and to build their capability with the technical skills, the coding skills, and all the skills that needed to harness the future. Regarding the COVID-19, we all believe, and I think you believe as well, that it accelerates digital transformation and it accelerates the adoption of the new technologies. So it may make AI integration within various needed in much more now than previously. We need to skip this because maybe I don't have time. The new trend on sharing digital economy, so company will transform their talent model. They will be using, a platform such as the new platform to get qualified individuals and to hire those talent from those platforms to do a specific tasks within that period of time. So if you are very talented with the technical tasks that needed to do certain duties, you could be hired internationally through those talent platforms such as Upwork, freelancers, etc. Future jobs and the need to plan and to prepare for it. Technology, as we mentioned, will create more jobs than what it will eliminate. But the existing job most of the existing job will disappear, and the technology job will replace, especially the one related to data analytics, to coding, to related to AI. The future skills for employment, new market actually will drive the jobs and the demand for high-level type of skills, such as communication skills with the technology, problem solving, team working, coding. These type of things, skills will highly be needed in the future. Technology not only change the way people work, but also the condition at which the people are doing their work. So it creates actually more unconventional type of job, more type of short time job by contract to do a specific type of things. So we need people to be able to adapt to this type of changes and to this type of job as well. And to have the technical skills, that the coding skills, communication skills, problem solving, and teamwork to be able to work in a global market. In order to prepare for the future of work, we need first to leverage the strategic workforce of the future. We need to conduct strategic workforce planning to see what the needed of the future, what the type of skill needed, to establish strategic skills mapping within specific job, and we need to close the knowledge gap and the skill gap. And then we need to shape the future talent pipeline, and this could be do it in 4 steps. First is to develop targeted reskilling program. The second is to upskill at a large scale and to skill with the fourth industrial revolution technologies. We need to harmonize the skilling landscape and to align our curriculum with the need of the future. So this is the major mandate of the universities now, to align educational curriculum with the future skills needed in the future. And then we need to optimize the talent ecosystem, to rethink about our organization structure and what type of the things that need to be automated, and to transform the culture to attract and retain next generation of talent, and to develop a culture of lifelong learning, and to boost diversity among our organization. Examples of the future of jobs is, according to the World Economic Forum in 2018, they mentioned that 85% of jobs of the future are unknown today. And the report indicates that new skill that the labor market will need in all jobs, new ways to organize work, and tools to increase the efficiency of workforce. So we are coming to a future that major changes will be on this future. Therefore, certain skills are such as communication skills, technical skills, teamwork will be really needed for the future. The report as well, it predicts that if these factors are employed well, it will enable developing countries to expand the manufacturing base instead of having people who are job seekers, who will be able to equip them with the right skills, so they will be able easily to do the jobs that needed. Some of the job of the future is robotic expert, so robots maintenance, monitoring program, ethical specialist in the area of robotics, business development, and other robotic functionality, for how to program these robots, how to maintain them. And a robotic is an AI system. Whenever we say a robot, it is an AI system that works according to AI algorithm. So, and this type of job will be highly needed in the future. The other is data analytics, the big data. There's a huge amount of big data, and it is expected by the year 2040. The major thing will be analyzing various type of data in order to respond to natural disaster, or to the company to identify the desire of their consumer. And so also collecting various data, analyzing those data, they can see the consumer needs, what foresight, what they would predict, what they will purchase, and provide those. Unmanned aircraft crews, drones will be available, will deliver our purchases from various places, and so we need develop of these drones, engineer who maintain them, programmer who make program these drones, then analytic who analyze various data that came from these tools. Personal health expert, each one of us will need by the year 2040 a medical assistant that utilize AI system like a medical robot who provide a specialized type of health needs, such as could do mental health promotion, specialists in neurostimulation of the brain, etc. Because the people are aging, so they will need different type of medical type of care, and the robotic system can provide those care, or a direction which type of care is best. Artificial intelligence as well would help with augmented for human. The world will become aware of value of investing in the developing of the mind of individual and enhancing human capability with smart systems. So different smart systems will be utilizing, and with the integration of AI system, we will be able to have a much higher ability as a human, ability to think, to create solutions, etc. So job will be available for AI trainers, AI supervisors, AI writers, musicians, etc. Self-driving transportation with AI algorithm, it is expected like a hyperloop will be available, how to manage these systems, how to create a smart code for these systems. So, utilize it by defining the maps for this system to go through. Blockchain as well will use the benefit of AI to boost this type of technology by bringing radical change in several sectors, such as in government, in financing, in health, in real estate. In all those areas, blockchain with the integration of AI will be really of great use. And so a new job will be lawmakers related to AI and blockchain, databases that manage and utilize data by AI to show the best route or the best path of owner related to the blockchain, experts in this area, designer of the system that integrate both AI and blockchain and provide solution for a government or a finance entity or a real estate or an insurance company. 3D printing is the major changes now in the area of 3D printing, and people they try to see how they can link AI system with the 3D model that produced in order to analyze data in the future. The Bitcoin and digital currency will be available, and they will be using AI-enhanced devices in order to direct and become more outdated about the development of AI devices and systems, the available job for bankers, for digital currencies, the currency and how a forecast of this currency, is it going up or down, etc. The IoT sensor and system design engineer and supervisors, because the sensor, IoT sensors without the data analysis make no sense. So utilizing the IoT sensors for data analysis that use AI algorithm to decide when to irrigate or when to do whatever thing that needed for IoT connected systems. Genome algorithm and health service provider will utilize for sure AI as well in order to give us an advice about a best genomic sequence that fit according to our needs. With the advancement of quantum computing, this computer will recognize the sound and deal with the gesture of their users. With the powerful processing of quantum computing, this will help to boost the AI algorithm much further. Mixed reality, this is what Metaverse is trying to use, a mixed reality that use AI to create a virtual environment where we really become totally immersed with it while we are utilizing these platforms. And we need people who are really able to develop such systems and to manage and maintain those systems. Let's talk about an intelligent tutoring system. The robot girl teaches girl to do related in area related to math and engineering in a very inspiring way. This one called the Little Sophie, and there is a big Sophie, that one who do a decision support system for different companies, big companies, utilizing the big. So we will see a lot of, small robotics like these who are utilized at home to help our kids do their homework or play together. And we will need people who develop these tools, who maintain these tools, who program this type of robotics. So the nature of work is not only changing, it is changing in a very rapid way. We do not know the job that most students in primary school will compete for today, because even many of these jobs do not exist. The main challenge is to equip them with the skill they will need, regardless of what future skill will be. We hope British government take active steps to better prepare their citizens to compete with the future of the economy. This is the World Bank Group manager, Eugene Young. He made this statement a few years ago, and I think we need to pay attention to it and to prepare our youth for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Zahra, for a very interesting session. Now the floor is open for questions and answers. You may raise your hand if you have any question. Kindly unmute yourselves if you have any question. We are on time. We are almost يعني on time, though we have started 4 minutes late. It seems that the session was very excited and it was well explained. It seemed the session was very well explained, Dr. Zahra, and it is safe now to end the session. At the end of this very interesting and fruitful session, join me to thank Dr. Zahra Al-Rawahi for her informative session on artificial intelligence and the future of workforce. Thank you one more time, Dr. Zahra, and hope to see you again. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all the attendee, and I hope everyone will take it. We need to take action on this one. We need to start think either doing research related to the area of AI or trying our best to equip our students with the right skills that needed for the future.
Yeah,
So it will be
inshallah.
the mandate for each one of us.
Thanks a lot. مع السلامة.